In today's episode of Right Around the Table, we're going to be doing a brief video of a Sharp Color BP70C45 training video. Today, the model that I'm going to demonstrate is the Sharp BP70C45. 70 is the series, the C is for color. If it was monochrome, it'd have an M there, and the 45 is the speed. I'm going to start from the top of the device here. So this is your document feeder, where you're going to do copies, you're going to do scans. So right here, there are some rollers in here, and Sharp pulls the paper from the middle, which has anti-skew detection, which helps with how your copies and your scans for high volume copies or scan jobs. Once you put the paper in here, you will see there's a nice light that lines up. There's also some photo sensors here, which is going to detect the size of the paper that you're copying or scanning, and as long as you have the paper down here, or when it scans, the image is going to arrive as the size that you scanned. Once you're ready to make a copy, you would go into the operating panel. I'm going to cover the operating panel a little bit later. So also, underneath here is your glass, where you can do copies of receipts or IDs or smaller types of media that you may be doing for copying or scanning. There's also a nice little lever here, and you can pump this right up here, where you can make a copy of a book and you won't break the spine of a book. And it just drops down nice and easy. As you'll see when I close this, it is soft close as well, which is kind of nice. It means it doesn't bang up and down. Then we have the nice control panel here, 10-inch control panel, that has a keyboard, and it's a real keyboard as well, that can come into play for if you're doing a lot of high volume scanning. You can name some documents. Again, I will cover a little bit more on why the keyboard plays a pivotal part in your scanning later when I dive into the operating panel a little bit more. The control panel here is fully customizable. We can create shortcuts on here based on your needs. They can be simple one-touch buttons to optimize workflow and efficiency throughout your office. It also displays your toners right here, that you can see actively what levels your toners are at. It is easy, touchscreen, intuitive. And here today we have an internal stapler on this Sharp device. And what's really cool about this internal staple is, if you forget to staple a document, you can actually put the papers in here and staple the document, just like so. And it will staple the top corner for you. This type of internal stapler actually will do stapleless stapling as well. So from your print driver or copy panel, you can actually staple up to 10 sheets without a staple. Now as we move further down, you'll see the sensor here. This is a walk-up proxy sensor. So when you walk up to the device, it's going to wake up depending on the range that you have set for the device. So as soon as you come through your hallway and you walk up, the machine is going to be activated as soon as you walk up to the machine, so there should be no delay in operating the device. And below here, if you drop this hatch down, there's an adjustment tool here, and there's a 3, a 2, and a 1. And you can adjust this setting to the 1 or the 2, which will adjust the distance for when you walk up to the device for when it comes on, for in case the machine is in a busy hallway or there's a lot of incoming traffic. You can adjust the settings so the machine comes on appropriately. You can also, if you want, you can disable these eco settings by going into the computer IP address and the system settings and disable that mode if you wish. Now, right here we have the toners. So we have your black, your cyan, your magenta, and your yellow toners. These toners, when they're completely empty, will pop out a little bit here, and you will take them out and slide them in. They go in one way. You can recycle these toners, or you can put them in your recycling bin yourself. This is the waste toner, where all the excess toner goes, and again you're going to get an error message on the screen here that's going to tell you that your waste toner is nearly full, and you'll just replace this waste toner by pressing the green clips and taking it out. Now we have the paper trays. So on this device we have two 550 sheet paper trays here, and we have a tandem tray down the bottom. Out of these two trays on the top, the 550 sheets, as I say, 550 sheets, some more on the ream of paper. So if you're getting low, you can just put a full ream in there. The green toggles, again, you can adjust these up to 11 by 17 or 8.5 by 14. by doing such, by adjusting the toggles, you can have portrait or landscape in either of these two top trays. There is also a configuration where you can have 3 of these, or 1 of these, or 4 of them. And below here is our high capacity tandem drawers, where it will hold 6 reams, which is 2100 sheets, about 2100 sheets of paper, and you can put them on either side. These trays go down, but they only do 8.5 by 11, so these are your high capacity 8.5 by 11 paper trays. So now I'm going to show you the copy mode, where there's a lot of extra additional settings, and I'm just going to highlight some of the features that are the most popular. So we have some clients who normally make a copy and then do a scan. Inside this sharp copy feature here, you can do send and print, where you can do a copy and a scan at the same time in one simple function. You would select your name from the address book, enter the address, then hit black and white start, and it will make a copy and do a scan for you all at the same time. Another copy feature that is popular with a lot of our clients is an ID or card shot. So we'll be going to the others, and we can create a customized button for this as well. You just take your ID, put the arrow at the top, face down, you put the lid down, and you press the color or the black and white one time, lift up the lid, flip over the card, put in exactly the same spot as you put the first top half of the card, hit color or black and white again, then hit read end. And it will produce a card. You can also do send and print on that feature as well. The nice part of this is it actually blows it up for you, so it's pretty big. Another popular feature is the preview mode, where you can select preview and it will bring your document onto the screen here, where you can see your document before you do a large copy run. And one of the features that's nice when you're inside the preview mode is there's an erase and redact, and there's a little pen and pencil here. You would select the pen and pencil, and you select an erase specified range, and it brings your document up here, and you can click on the document until it's your start point, until this is your end point. Then it creates something on here that you can slide around, make it bigger, smaller, and you can hide any type of sensitive information you would wish to do. And you hit execute, exit, edit end, and when this copy comes out, you will see that I have removed part of this document. As you will see here. Pretty cool, right? So if you go use the home button and we come back, there's also, like the copy, there's a more detailed email interface where the keyboard really comes to life and into play inside your organization. So you have your address book again. You have a subject line where you can use the keyboard to type in your subject, and the subject appears on the email. You can also name the file name, so when it's emailed to your folder or your desktop, that is named by a client's name or a project's name, so you don't have to rename that and put it into another folder or before you send it out. So it's a pretty neat feature having the keyboard. There is also a resolution mode where you can bump up and down the resolution. As you bump up the resolution, it increases the size of the document, so you have to be mindful of that as well. One of the cool features in the Sharp is, under the file format, you can make a document OCR, which is optical character recognition, which means you can create a searchable PDF. So when you send said emailed scanned document to your desktop or folder, you can make it searchable, so you can search for keywords to bring you to the pages, which makes it more efficient and faster to find information inside a document. You can also encrypt a scan with a password, which will password protect it, so when it's scanned to you or to someone else, they need that password to be able to open that document. You can also convert documents to Word, Excel, or PowerPoint. You can also, if you scan to any cloud repositories like Google Drive, OneDrive, Microsoft Teams, you can scan directly to your cloud repository right from the MFP here by adding the cloud connector, which comes included with the advanced series of device. There is also inside the others, again, you have a book divide, you have a business card scan, you can job build here as well, where if you had a large job, even though it's a 300-page document feeder, and maybe you had a 500-page scan, you can select job build and you can build that job. So you send it as one scan. Another feature that a lot of our clients like inside the scan feature is a feature called multi-crop or sky shot, where you leave the glass up. If you have some receipts, you put the receipts on the glass here. You need to make sure there's some space between them, and you can do a sky shot of the receipts, and they'll send them as individual receipts to your AR or AP or your accountant or whoever handles the receipts inside your organization, or just to you, and there'll be an individual scan with each of the receipts on them. Another feature inside here that is really driven towards law firms is if you're doing scans, there's a mixed-sized original, which will slow down the document feeder to capture your mixed sizes. So if you have some 8.5 by 11s or 8.5 by 14s, you can scan them all at once and it'll scan them in the correct size so they come through to your email in the correct format. So one last thing I wanted to show you is when you open up the device and you see anything that has green on it, on the device anywhere, this means if it's green, you can actually touch this, you can move it around, you can open up any of the green toggles inside the MFP, you can touch without worrying about damaging the machine. This is where the staples are actually held as well. So right here you have a RITE Technology sticker that has the ID of your machine, which is unique to your organization. So whether you scan the QR code to raise a service call, or you give us a phone call, or you go on our website to raise a service call, you need to put in your unique ID, and when you do that, we know exactly the client and the machine you have, so we can either get the toner out to you or we know everything about your device. One cool feature is, we may not have covered everything that you do on the training because someone may have forgot to ask how we do a certain thing. You can always request for your sales rep to come out and give you additional training. Or there's a feature here called user manual that has a QR code. You can scan the QR code and have the user manual right on your phone and figure out exactly what you want to do for a job that may have came up outside of the training that we provided. Thank you all for taking the time to watch this video today. I hope it was beneficial, and I look forward to maybe seeing you in the future.